はお忙しい中、イカ研究所の研究発表会にお集まりいただきありがとうございます。そろそろ発表会を始めたいと思います。どうぞご着席ください。ではお願いします。
皆さんいかがお過ごしだろうか。本日は我々イカ研究所が半年余りの間調査してきたこの生物の生態について研究発表を行いたい。生物ではなくただのインクだって？おっと失礼。実はこのインクよーく見てほしいのだが、そうイカなのだ。しかしそれだけではない。このイカの最も特徴的な点は、なんとイカの姿から人の姿に変身することができるということだ。イカの姿の時はインクの中に潜ることができ、人の姿ではさまざまな武器を使ってインクを自由自在に打ちまくる。我々はこのイカに心を奪われてしまったようだ。まず基本的な生態をご覧いただこう。このイカの正式名称はインクリングというらしい。しかし我々は略してイカと呼んでいる。当然といえば当然だが、イカにも性別があるようで、男の子と女の子がいる。肌の色や目の色などいつでも自由に変えることができるようだ。ただし髪の毛らしき部分の色だけはコロコロ変わることが確認されている。ちなみにイカは14歳になって初めて人に変身することができるようになるらしい。次に運動能力だ。彼らは人の姿ではあまり速く走ることはできないが、イカになるとインクの中を素早く泳ぐことができる。比べてみるとこんなに違う。約2倍のスピードだということだ。続いてジャンプだ。ジャンプできる高さはイカも人も同じだが、勢いをつければこんなに長く飛ぶことができる。そしてインクの中であれば壁を登ることができることも忘れてはいけない。ただしイカ返しがあるとそれ以上登ることはできないようだ。インクを打つことができるのは人の姿の時だけだ。 WiiU ゲームパッドのジャイロセンサーを利用して動かした方向に瞬時に照準を移動できるため、クイックな操作で射撃ができる。それにしてもなんと華麗なインクさばきだろうか。人の姿でインクを打ってイカの姿でスイスイと移動する。これがイカたちの基本行動だ。さてここからはもっと詳しくイカの意外でユニークな生態について紹介したい。このイカたちの習性の一つに縄張りを誇示するというものがある。これはイカたちが縄張り争いをしている様子だ。彼らの間で縄張りバトルと呼ばれているらしい。4人対4人の2チームに分かれ、3分間の試合の中で最終的にどちらの縄張りが多いかを競うルールのようで、さまざまな武器を使って地面を塗り合っているのが分かると思う。3分後の勝敗は謎の猫がジャッジをしてくれる。その名もジャッジ君。そのまんまだ。自分のチームのインクの上では走ったりイカになったりと自由に行動できるが、相手チームのインクに足を踏み入れると足を取られて動きが鈍くなるので注意が必要だ。また相手にインクを当てれば倒すこともできる。直接ポイントにはならないが、弾けた時のインクで縄張りを増やすことができる。そしてイカの行動で特徴的なのがスーパージャンプだ。ゲームパッドに表示されたマップ上の仲間のアイコンをタッチすると、そこまで一気に大ジャンプすることができる。前線を守っている仲間や相手の陣地に乗り込んでいる仲間の応援に駆けつけることができる。一方、あまり好戦的でないイカの中には 物陰に隠れて一人で縄張りを増やすという作戦に出る者もいるようだ。バトルが終了すると塗った面積によってポイントが手に入る。ポイントはこの世界のお金に換算され、また今まで稼いだポイントの合計によってランクが上がっていくそうだ。つまりランクが高いほどバトルの熟練者というわけだ。それでは縄張りバトルが頻繁に行われるステージをご覧いただきたい。ここはデカライン高架下、コンクリートの壁で区切られたいくつかのエリアがつながっており、エリア間をつなぐ通路の形状を把握することが重要なステージだ。特に中央の広場につながる通路が激戦区となる。潮の目油田、ここは大きな高低差があることが特徴のステージで、頂上の広いエリアを巡る攻防が勝敗の決め手となる。一方で下のエリアをおろそかにすると逆転されることもあるので注意が必要だ。 B バスパーク、比較的開けたエリアが多く、ステージ内の至る所で戦闘が起きる。ステージ全体を見渡せる中央の高台をキープすることができれば有利にバトルを進めることができる。他にも障害物を挟んでの攻防が繰り広げられるハコフグ倉庫、細長い地形を両端から攻め合うアロワナモールなど、この世界の至る所で縄張りバトルは行われているようだ。それにしてもこのイカたち、イカのくせにとてもおしゃれなのだ。次はその辺りを見てみたい。帽子やメガネ、服や靴などはこの世界でギアと呼ばれ、みんな個性的なものを身につけている。それにしてもなぜこんなに彼らがおしゃれなのか、彼らのたまり場にヒントがあるようなのでご紹介しよう。ここがイカの若者たちの流行の中心、ハイカラシティだ。ここでは武器屋や服屋などさまざまなショップが立ち並び、各店舗カリスマ店員が営業を行っているという。あの一番目立つタワーの横にあるのがブイヤベースと言われるショッピングエリアだ。各店舗多種多様な海洋生物が店員をしている。ここは服屋、サス・オー・ポン、トップスを扱っているこだわりの専門店。店員の越前は言葉遣いは独特だが、若者たちの中でカリスマ的な人気のある店員だ。毎日着ているシャツが異なるのは彼のおしゃれへのこだわりらしい。ここは靴屋、エビスシューズ。イカたちの足元のコーディネートを支えている。店長は車エビのロブ。靴好きが高じて8本ある自分の足全てに異なる靴を履いているらしい。ここは頭屋、お頭堂、キャップやハット以外にメガネなども扱っている。イソギンチャクの姉もはこの店の看板娘。内気な性格だが隠れファンも多いという。頭の中には熊の実の熊野が住み着いている。熊野は非常に口が悪いことで有名だ。そしてここは武器屋、カンブリアームズ。店主のカブトガニの武吉はミリタリーマニアで、一度武器について語り始めるとなかなか話が終わらない。しかし武器に関する知識は超一流だそうだ。ちなみにバトルで稼いだポイントでランクが上がれば店の品揃えも充実していくらしい。ではここからカンブリアームズで扱われている武器について少し詳しく紹介したいと思う。 たちが扱う武器には大きく3種類のタイプがある。インクを連射できるシューター、遠距離はお任せチャージャー、インクを塗りながら相手も潰せるローラー。これらの中から特徴的なものを紹介しよう。シューターは最も標準的な性能の武器だ。ボタンを押しているだけで連射でき、自分の近くの地面をたくさん塗ることができる。相手をしっかり狙って弾を当てればバトルでも活躍することができる。これはプロモデラー MG。 連射が速く地面をしっかり塗ることができるシューターだ。射程は短いが距離を詰めれば一気に相手を倒すことができる。これはジェットスイーパー。シューターの中で最も射程が長く遠くの相手も倒すことができる。ホットブラスター、爆発する弾を放つ特殊なシューターだ。爆風に相手を巻き込んで攻撃することもできるし、直撃させれば一撃で相手を倒すこともできる。次にチャージャーの紹介だ。チャージャーは時間をかけてインクを貯めてから一気にインクを放出し、強力な弾を放つことができる武器だ。直線上に一気に地面を塗って進む道を作ったり、遠くの相手を一撃で倒せるのが特徴だ。これはリッター 3K。 インクを貯めるのに時間はかかるが射程が長く、かなり遠くの相手も倒すことができるチャージャーだ。これはスプラスコープ。一部のチャージャーにはスコープ付きの武器もあり、より遠くの相手を狙いやすくなっている。ローラーは地面を塗りながら進めるのが特徴で、相手を引いて倒すこともできる武器だ。ローラーを振ると扇状に弾を放ち、少し離れた相手を攻撃することもできる。これはダイナモローラー。重量級のローラーで速く塗り進むことはできないが、振ると大量のインクをまき散らし、強力な攻撃を繰り出すことができる。今紹介したのはメインウェポンと呼ばれるものだが、武器には他にサブウェポン、スペシャルウェポンがある。メイン、サブ、スペシャルの3つはセットになっており、自分の戦略に合った武器を選ぶことが対戦では重要になりそうだ。まずはサブウェポン。サブウェポンはインクを大量に消費して放つ武器だ。サブウェポンは種類によってインクの消費量が異なる。トリッキーな攻撃をしたりバトルをサポートするものなどタイプは様々だ。吸盤ボム、地面や壁に張り付き一定時間後に破裂するボムだ。クイックボム、着弾するとすぐに破裂するボムだ。威力は低いがインク消費が少なめで連続で投げることができる。ポイントセンサー、攻撃力はないが隠れた相手の位置が分かるようになる。味方全員に相手の位置が表示される。トラップ、地面に仕掛けるサブウェポンで相手からは見えない。一定時間で爆発するが相手が近づくと自動的に爆発する。ジャンプビーコン、設置すると味方がここにめがけてスーパージャンプできるようになる。ポイズンボール、攻撃力はないがしばらくの間相手の能力を低下させることができるサブウェポンだ。続いてスペシャルウェポン。スペシャルウェポンは地面を塗ることで上がるゲージを満タンまで貯めると放つことができる特別な武器。非常に強力なものが多いことがポイントだ。いくつか特徴的なものを紹介しよう。トルネード、ゲームパッドに表示されているマップをタッチするとその地点めがけてミサイルを発射し、着弾点にインクの竜巻を発生させる。 スーパーセンサー、しばらくの間全ての相手の位置が分かるようになる。味方全員に同じ効果が発生する。バリア、一定時間相手の攻撃を弾く。バリアは近くの味方にお裾分けすることもできる。大王イカ、一定時間無敵の大王イカに変身する。メインウェポン、サブウェポン、スペシャルウェポン、イカたちはこれら3つがセットになった武器で縄張りバトルに臨んでいるようだ。だがバトルでの能力を左右するのは武器だけではないという。さまざまなイカたちがいるが、彼らはミーバースで送られてきたり、先ほどインターネットで一戦交えたプレイヤーたちだ。イカの世界にもさまざまなファッションブランドがあるようで、ブランドを揃えて着飾ってみたり、自分なりの組み合わせでファッションを楽しんだりしているようだ。他のプレイヤーのギアを見てどんな戦法で戦っているのかをチェックするのも面白いであろう。気に入ったギアがあれば注文して購入することもできるようだ。よく見るとギアには何やらアイコンがついている。これはギアパワーという。これがついたギアを装着することでパワーアップができるらしい。ギアパワーには様々な種類があり、例えばインク効率アップメインというギアパワーをつけると、ご覧のように通常よりもメインウェポンを使った時にインクが減るのが少なくなる。他にも攻撃力アップ、防御力アップ、人歩行速度アップといったノーマルのものから、イカ忍者、ステルスジャンプといった少し変わったパワーを持つものまで様々なギアパワーが存在する。ギアのレア度によってギアパワーがつくスロットの数が変わるようだ。レア度の高いものほどスロットが多く、最大4つのギアパワーをつけることができる。しかし初めの1つ以外どのギアパワーがつくかはランダムで決まるらしく、そのギアを装備し続けることでギアパワーが追加されていく。自分なりのギアで得意な武器の長所を伸ばしたり短所を補ったりすることができそうだ。ところで広場の奥にいるこの謎の男、彼はダウニーといいギアのスロットを増やしてくれるらしい。だが彼に依頼するためには謎のアイテムスーパーサザエが必要になったりと、なかなか一筋縄にはいかないようだ。しかし彼をうまく活用できればどのギアもスロットの数を最大にすることができる。お気に入りのコスチュームにお気に入りのギアパワーをつけることもできなくはないということであろう。マンホールの中から何やら怪しい老人が。あいつは一体何者なのか。ついてってみよう。なんとハイカラシティのマンホールの先にはこんな世界が広がっていたのだ。この老人は当たり目司令というらしい。何やらイカの子にタコと戦えと言っている。イカの子も特別な格好にされたからか言うこと聞いてその気になっているようだ。イカは比較的お人よしということか。インクを打ったところにヤカンのようなものが出てきたぞ。どうもこのヤカンがタコの住処とつながっているようだ。これがイカたちの宿敵のタコだ。正式にはオクタリアンというらしい。こちらも略してタコと呼ぼう。当たり目司令から与えられた使命はタコに奪われた電池ナマズを奪還することだ。タコにも様々な種類がいて、あの手この手でイカを妨害してくる。 掛もたくさんあるようだ。人の姿でインクを打ち、イカの能力を使いながら数々の障害を乗り越えねばならない。当たり目司令からのアドバイスを頼りに電池ナマズの奪還を目指そう。ステージによってはイカたちと同じような性能を持つ敵がいたり、非常に強力な攻撃をしてくる強敵がいたり、タコが作った巨大な兵器が待ち構えていたりするようだ。ステージの途中にはアイテムが置いてあることがある。これはアーマー。タコの攻撃に対しての耐久力が上がる。他にもバリアやスーパーショットなど便利なアイテムもあるらしい。そしてそこら中に落ちているこれはいくらだ。イクラを使うとヒーロースーツの装備をパワーアップすることができるそうだ。できるだけたくさん集めておきたい。入手できるアイテムの中でも我々イカ研究者が最も注目しているアイテムがこのミステリーファイルだ。各ステージに一つずつ隠されているらしいが、ここにはこの世界の謎が書かれているということだ。喉から手が出るほど欲しいとはこのことだ。少し興奮してしまった。さまざまな遊びを紹介する前に資料の整理もあるので、ここでしばらく休憩にしたい。
休憩の間はこちらでお楽しみください。塩辛酢、煽りとホタルによるイカスユニット、イカの世界のトップアイドルです。
なぜかますます興奮してしまった。ではイカの世界で楽しめる他の遊び方について紹介していこう。この建物の2階にあるこの施設、ここはバトル道場と呼ばれている。バトル道場ではオフラインの対戦ができるとのことだ。友達と気軽に遊べてオンラインバトルの訓練にもなるらしい。ルールはステージ上に出現する風船を2人で割り合うというものだ。風船は1つ1ポイント。相手にやられるとポイントが減ってしまう。ラスト1分はもらえるポイントが1つ2ポイントになるので大逆転を狙うことができる。1人はゲームパッドで、1人は Wii U プロコントローラーなどを使ってテレビの画面を見ながらプレイするということだ。バトル道場で腕に自信を持ったらいざ世界のライバルと対戦だ。街の中心にあるこの建物、イカスツリーがオンラインバトルの入り口となっている。オンラインバトルにはレギュラーマッチとガチマッチの2種類が存在する。レギュラーマッチとは初めに紹介した縄張りバトルのことだ。地面を塗った面積で勝敗が決まるルールだ。チームは1試合ごとに 敵味方がシャッフルされてランダムに決定される。レギュラーマッチにはフレンド合流という機能があり、今遊んでいるフレンドの試合に合流することができるようだ。こちらもチームはランダムに決まるということだ。またレギュラーマッチやガチマッチで使われるステージはそれぞれ2ステージの組み合わせになっており、ステージの組み合わせは4時間ごとに切り替わる。バトルが始まるまでどちらのステージになるかはわからないので、その時のステージの組み合わせをよく考えてプレイヤーにとって最適な武器を選ぶことが勝利の秘訣だ。そしてもう一つのオンラインバトルがガチマッチだ。ガチマッチには複数のルールがあるらしい。その中の一つガチエリアはステージ中の狭いエリアを2つのチームで奪い合うルールだ。より長い時間エリアを確保していたチームの勝ちとなる。狭いスペースの奪い合いになるため必然的にやってやられてのガチな戦いになるということだ。ガチマッチには腕前というレーティングが存在する。試合の勝敗によって上下し C- から A+ の9段階に分かれる。ガチマッチは腕前が近い者同士がマッチングされるようだ。ガチマッチはランク10にならないと遊ぶことができないエクストリームなルール。世界中でランク10のプレイヤーが一定数に達したらオープンする予定だ。状況は我々イカ研究所が調査を続け報告していく予定だ。まあ諸君の腕ならそれほど時間はかからないだろう。そしてもう一つ大事な報告がある。イカの世界はますます楽しい場所へと進化していく。そう、スプラトゥーンは発売後も半年ほど無料でアップデートを行い、発売直後からどんどんパワーアップをしていくのだ。まずステージだ。発売当初は比較的初心者でも遊びやすいステージが中心だが、発売後のアップデートでテクニカルなステージが続々と追加される予定だ。次に武器。新しい武器を順次追加する予定だ。これはパブロ、筆のような見た目のローラータイプの武器だが、こちらも発売後少ししてから追加される。また服や靴などのギアも追加を予定している。そしてガチマッチのルールも発売後のアップデートで追加される。ガチエリアに続く2つ目のルールがガチヤグラ。ステージ中央にあるヤグラに乗り込むと相手陣地に向かってレールの上を動き始め、先にゴールまで押し込んだチームが勝ちというルールだ。ヤグラに乗っているイカは常に相手チームから狙われる運命にある。それを守る味方チームとの間で激しいバトルが繰り広げられるそうだ。そして3つ目のガチマッチのルール、その名もガチホコ。まだルールの詳細は明らかにされていないが、これはシャチホコだよな。シャチホコ、ガチホコ、ダジャレなのか。そして8月には大型アップデートが予定されているそうだ。十分に経験を積んだプレイヤーに向け、より奥の深いバトルを楽しんでもらうための2つのモードが追加される。1つ目は自分のフレンド最大4人でチームを組み、同じように集まった相手のフレンドチームと真剣勝負をするモード。2つ目は最大8人のフレンド同士で好きなルールやステージを選んで自由にバトルができるモードだ。このように発売後も順次さまざまな要素が追加されていくということだ。期待して待とう。他にもお楽しみがあるようだ。広場の片隅にあるのは昔懐かしのゲーム筐体。少し覗いてみよう。なんだこの懐かしのドットテイストは。ジャンプを繰り返して上を目指すだけのシンプルなゲームだが、タイムアタックをするとなかなか奥深い。このゲームはオンライン対戦のマッチング中にも遊ぶことができるらしい。これなら待つのが楽しみになってしまうではないか。 そしてこちらにあるのは相反して最新の筐体、そうアミーボだ。アミーボはガール、ボーイ、イカ、それぞれ20個の異なるミッションが設定されているようだ。ちなみにガールは武器をチャージャーに変えてヒーローモードのステージに挑むチャージャーチャレンジ。ボーイは同じくローラーを使うローラーチャレンジ。そしてイカには大王イカチャレンジ、インク制限チャレンジなど手応えのあるミッションが用意されている。また各ミッションをクリアすると特別な装備やミニゲームをもらうことができるようだ。ミニゲームはゲーム筐体もしくはマッチング時自由に切り替えて遊ぶことができるようだ。さてこのにぎわいを見てほしい。これはイカたちのフェスの様子だ。塩カラーズの2人の姿も見えるが、彼女たちはただのアイドルではなく対戦ステージやアップデートなどバトルに関する情報を伝えるニュース番組のホストであり、フェスのカリスマでもあるのだ。フェスとは日本国内のイカたちが2つのチームに分かれて戦うハイカラシティの一大イベントで不定期で開催される。神様から送られてくるお題に投票することでどちらかのチームに所属し、投票数と試合の結果によって勝敗が決まる。フェスには通常のランクとは異なるフェスランクというものがあり、フェス開催中に稼いだポイントに応じてランクがアップする。フェス終了時のランクに応じてあのダウニーに仕事をしてもらえる特別なアイテム、スーパーサザエを入手することができるらしい。そしてなんと1回目のフェスの日程が決定したようだ。第1回のフェスは6月13日の18時から6月14日の18時。お題は朝食はどっち？ご飯 vs パン。あなたはどちらのチームについて戦う？以上が我々イカ研究所がイカについて調べた調査結果だ。いかがだったであろうか？イカにはまだまだ隠された秘密が多くあるようなので、この調査内容を見て気になった諸君はスプラトゥーンを手に取ってもらいたい。それではまた会おう。
ここで皆様にイカ研究所よりお知らせがございます。スプラトゥーン完成披露試写会の開催が決定いたしました。完成したスプラトゥーンを決まった日時に世界中のみんなで発売前に体験してしまおうという特別な催しでございます。この放送終了後から WiiU 向けにスプラトゥーン完成披露試写会版を無料配信いたします。開催日時は5月9日と10日のご覧の時間です。イカマニアの皆様、ふるってご参加ください。ちなみに試写会の配信と同時に製品のあらかじめダウンロードも開始されます。あらかじめダウンロードをされた方は特別なギアで試写会に参加することができます。さらに5月8日から10日の期間にあらかじめダウンロードで購入された方には500円のキャッシュバックもございますので、この機会にぜひご購入をご検討ください。試写会には当研究所の職員も参加させていただきます。そしてその様子をニコニコ生放送で生中継いたします。研究員はこちらの衣装でバトルに参加していますので、もし見かけましたらどうぞお手柔らかにお願いいたします。またスプラトゥーンに関連するご覧の商品も販売予定です。ご興味のある方は任天堂ホームページをご覧ください。 本日は貴重なお時間を割いていただきありがとうございました。
Hello there. How are you? We here at the Squid Research Lab are doing wonderful because later on we'll be filling you in on how you can get involved in our squid research. But first, it's our job to present to you our findings on the ecological curiosities of this fascinating squid creature. Excuse me? There is no creature? Oh, sorry about that. Here, please take a look. A really good look. See? A little squiddy. But this is no ordinary squiddy. This particular squid can in fact transform into a humanoid. Eureka indeed! In squid form, they can dive into and become one with their ink, while in humanoid form, they can utilize various tools to cover their turf with it. Trust me, I'm geeking out too. I'm a scientist. That's all I can do. While we have officially named this breed of squid the inkling, we prefer to just call them squid. Unsurprisingly, they each have a gender. There are inkling boys and inkling girls. And like more common squid, they can alter their appearance at will, including skin tone and eye color. For some reason, though, their hair-like tentacles seem to change color automatically in combat situations. Another curiosity. These squid apparently gain the ability to transform into humanoid form at the age of 14. In this bipedal form, their stubby legs move relatively slowly. But as a squid, they can swim through ink at high speeds. It's hardly worth comparing. They swim at nearly twice their running speed. This affects jumping too. The height they jump is equal in both forms. However, if they build momentum before jumping, their distance will significantly increase. Despite everything I know of gravity, matter, and science in general, they can also swim up walls when submerged in ink. However, they strangely cannot seem to cross this little barrier. Must be a mental thing, I'm assuming. Continuing this trend of odd behavior, it seems inklings only shoot ink in humanoid form. Using the Wii U gamepad controller's gyro sensor, one can alter which way they're aiming and make adjustments as they ink. Ah, ink flowing like a torrential waterfall. Science is beautiful. Glop some ink, hop in the ink, swim in the ink. This is the basic movement pattern of the inkling. We've barely dipped into this creature's odd behavior patterns. Let's dive a little deeper into this titillating batch of scientific goodness. One unique inkling habit is to protect its habitat. Oh, the humanity, or the squididity. Inklings refer to this goopy, garish scene as a turf war. They split up into two teams of 4 inklings each. Then, they fight. Why? To claim their turf, or at least to cover more of it than the other team in 3 minutes' time. Their weapons of choice? Anything that dishes out massive inkage. When their 3 minutes are up, the victor is determined by a mysterious cat beast named Judd. A cat named Judd who judges turf wars. Oh, science, how you amuse me. As does this curious limitation. Inklings can only swim freely in their own team's ink, even in squid form. Once they've stepped foot in enemy territory, they'll get stuck in their ink like a bear in a honey bath, except it's far less pleasant. In fact, inklings are so susceptible to foreign ink, getting hit by enough of it will cause them to spontaneously burst. It won't earn them any bonus points, but popping enemies will extend their turf. Luckily, once they pop, they don't stop. Instead, they'll respawn, allowing them to super jump. Tap on a teammate's icon on the Wii U gamepad map, and an inkling will super jump to that location. This allows them to quickly get back into the action, right to the front lines of battle, or to support an ally deep in enemy territory. However, I've also heard that less aggressive squid may prefer hiding from others and focusing on covering territory to increase their turf. Hide and go ink. It's a sound strategy. Points are awarded for performance in a match, and points are currency for use in game. That's not all, pupils. Your points also determine how fast you level up. Fascinating. Squid are all about happening events, especially turf wars. And here are a few spots you'll find them. This strange location is called Urchin Underpass. Here, several areas are divided by concrete walls, so the clever inkling will memorize the shape of the path between these areas. Squid should especially watch out for the path connected to the center plaza. It gets messy there. Next, we'll examine Salt Spray Rig. This danger zone is known for the large chasm between its high and low areas. Both teams will surely attempt to claim the large area on top to earn a victory from above. That said, if they're not paying attention to the lower area, the opposing team may turn the tides of battle covertly. Blackbelly Skate Park contains many wide open areas, so the battle takes place all over the map. It's a race for ownership of the center platform. If a team can manage that, they should be able to manage a win by controlling the higher ground. Walleye Warehouse is a close quarters map. Teams are locked in a tug of war on two sides of a series of obstacles. Arowana Mall jams both teams into a narrow area for intense matches. Looks like turf wars can break out just about anywhere. Like my chronic rash. Yeah, right there. Moving along. Although inklings are mere squid, I must say they are extremely fashionable. They'll wear hats, glasses, outfits, and shoes, collectively known as gear. Now, I'm no fashion expert, but as a scientist, I'm utterly enamored by squid culture. My theory, these fashionable squid trends must stem from an urban habitat. Let's take a look. Here it is, Inkopolis. Fashion central for a young squid kid. Inkopolis is home to various shops, like a weapon shop and a clothing shop, each one owned and operated by a charismatic shopkeeper. Now, take a look at that tower in the middle. The shopping area next to it is called Booyah Base. Here, each shopkeeper represents a different section of marine life. This one is the clothing store, Jelly Fresh. It's a specialty shop for tops. The store clerk, Jalonzo, has a unique speech pattern. But he's popular with the squid kids, so I guess that makes him hip. Maybe that's why he wears a different t-shirt every day. He's got a rep to protect. Next up, the shoe shop, Shrimp Kicks. This store is devoted to the fashion of footgear. The store is owned by Krusty Sean, the tiger prawn. He loves shoes so much, he wears a different shoe on each of his 8 feet. Here's the headgear shop, Cooler Heads. In addition to caps and hats, it offers glasses and other accessories too. Annie is the poster girl for this shop. She's a bit timid, but she has a huge following. A bunch of fan squid, if you ask me. Oh, and that's Mo. He sure has a sharp personality. And finally, this is the weapon shop, Ammo Knights. The store owner is Sheldon. This horseshoe crab is pretty much obsessed with all things military. Get him talking shop and he just won't stop. But his knowledge of weapons is definitely top-notch. A word of caution, however. My research assistant tells me that the variety of weapons and gear available at shops will improve as squid level up. Next, I'll lecture on some weapons his shop carries. There appear to be three major types of ink-based weaponry. For rapid-fire inking, look no further than the shooter. For long-distance projectiles, there's the charger. And to squash opponents while spreading ink, say hello to the roller. Now, let's review the signature weapons of each type. This is a standard sort of weapon. It shoots rapid-fire bursts when the button is held, allowing Squid to quickly cover a large area. With this weapon, the careful inkling will be well equipped to claim turf or take down foes. One such weapon is called the Aerospray MG. It fires quick bursts, so its user can hose down a relatively large area in a short time. Speaking of short, it's a short-range weapon, so it'll make quick work of nearby targets. Next, I'll show you the Jet Squelcher. It has the longest firing range in the shooter category, making it a fairly effective sniping tool. The last shooter of the day is the Blaster. It shoots bullets that explode into ink. Enemies may be caught in the blast, but a straight shot will easily wipe them out. Next, let's examine the Charger. This type of weapon requires a short charge, but then it'll dump ink everywhere in one massive shot. It's perfect for soiling distant enemies, or for splattering the land in linear fashion. This charger is the E-Leader 3K. Its charge is fairly time-consuming, but its firing range is impressive. This is really going to be... Yeah, that had to hurt. Relatively speaking, of course. Ouch again. This next one is the Splatter Scope. Some chargers like this feature a scope, making it easier to aim at distant enemies. Last, but definitely not least, the Roller is a great weapon for advancing forward while marking turf and steamrolling opponents. Shake the roller, and it will spread ink all over, splooshing any foe in an Inkling's perimeter. Sploosh! The Dynamo Roller is a prime example. It's a tank of a roller that chugs along slowly while deflecting incoming fire when shaken. The three types we just showed you are all main weapons. But there are sub-weapons and special weapons too. Together, a main weapon, sub-weapon, and special weapon make a set. To Squid, selecting a weapon set that suits one's battle style is of pinnacle importance. Sub-weapons consume a relatively large amount of ink. The amount depends on what type is used. There are 9 sub-weapon types, including some gadgets and support tools that have the scientific community geeking out. One fine example is the suction bomb. It sticks to walls and other surfaces, exploding shortly after. Now, for a different thing that goes boom, try the burst bomb. It may not be as powerful as others, but it explodes on contact and uses less ink, allowing an Inkling to throw them in rapid succession. The point sensor is a support tool. It doesn't attack, but it does locate sneaky enemies and shares that information with all teammates. The ink mine is another type of sub-weapon. It's invisible to opponents when it's on the ground, detonating after a certain amount of time, or automatically when enemies pass by. The Squid Beacon is handy too. Set one down and teammates can super jump straight to it. And finally, the Disruptor doesn't damage rival Squid, but it will slow them down a bit and lower their abilities as well. Special weapons are perhaps the most intriguing of all. They can only be used after filling up a gauge by covering the ground with ink. The Ink Strike defies reason. Touch a location on the Wii U gamepad map, and a rocket will be shot there, creating a fearsome ink tornado. The Echolocator is great for locating enemies. For a limited time, it allows an entire team to see their foes' locations. The bubbler is pretty self-explanatory. It creates a protective bubble that deflects enemy attacks. Get near a teammate, and they'll get bubbled too. And finally, the Kraken can turn an Inkling into a giant invincible squid. For a while anyway. So, let's see. A main weapon, a sub-weapon, and a special weapon. It seems squid always go into a turf war with a set of these weapon types. But squid battling proficiency isn't just about weapons. Let's take a look at the area outside Booyah Base to find out more. Inklings like to gather here because they're drawn to happening events. These particular squid are other players encountered online or via Miiverse. But if Inklings are one thing, it's fashionable. They've developed several brands of couture and enjoy mixing and matching styles to create their own unique look. Studying the different types of gear squid use offers some fascinating insight into their strategies. If a squid sees something they like, it can be special ordered. A closer look reveals icons on this gear. These denote what I like to call abilities. Each piece of gear comes with abilities that can power up an Inkling. There are many types of gear abilities. For example, if a piece of gear increases ink efficiency, the lucky Inkling who has it equipped will consume less ink than usual when using a main weapon. Other abilities include Damage Up, Defense Up, and Speed Up, plus more curious ones like the Ninja Squid and Stealth Jump. The number of abilities each piece of gear can have is based on its star count. The more stars it has, the more slots it will have. Up to 4 abilities can be equipped per piece of gear. However, other than the first one equipped, abilities are assigned at random. Frequent usage of the same gear apparently generates more abilities to equip. In this way, Squid can level up a piece of gear to enhance its strength or make up for its weaknesses. And so, gear combinations can improve one's strategy. By the way, I suppose I should explain who this mysterious fellow is. His name is Spike, and somehow he can increase the number of slots allotted to gear. That said, one can't make a request without a super sea snail. And it won't always be easy to acquire one. If one does take advantage of his services, it may be possible to optimize the abilities of every single piece of gear. Oh, and remember, gear ordered in the plaza can be picked up from Spike. Wait, did you see that? It looked like a peculiar old man was peeking out from that manhole. Squid hole? Aha! Let's see what happens. Oh my! Science, you've outdone yourself. Who could have imagined something like this existed underneath Inkopolis? I've heard this old manfish's name is Captain Cuttlefish. Likes ordering Inklings to battle with octopi, it seems. And maybe it's the outfit, but that Inkling actually seems to be taking his orders and prepping for battle. Man, squid really are suckers. What's this? A tea kettle-like thing? If my calculations are correct, and I assume they are, that tea kettle is somehow connected to the octopi nest. No, you brave fool! Don't go in! Science tells us that the natural nemesis of the squid is the octopus, or in this case, the octarians. But octopi will do. It seems that Captain Cuttlefish has ordered the Inkling to take back a zapfish stolen by the octarians. There are many types of these octopi, and they'll use whatever arms necessary to stop the Inklings. They do have plenty to spare. Just look at all those gadgets. And gizmos. And thingamajigs. To survive them, Inklings must shoot ink in human form and use their squiddy navigation prowess to circumvent them. Sneaky little suckers. With Captain Cuttlefish's expert advice, they may just take back that zapfish. Depending on their location, some octopi may move like squid when they attack. Or they may be a bit more powerful. Worse, gigantic weaponized squid boss, anyone? My research indicates that items can occasionally be found in the middle of an area. For instance, this armor increases an inkling's durability. Looks like there are other helpful items too, like the bubbler or other special weapons. And these little things are scattered all over. They're called power eggs. Apparently, power eggs power up your weaponry. For this reason, it's a good idea for any squid worth his tentacles to collect as many power eggs as possible. However, of all the items out there, we at the Squid Research Lab are most interested in these, the sunken scrolls. One scroll is hidden in each stage, and each one reveals another piece of this world's mysterious past. As I've stated previously, squid are all about big events. The Squid Research Lab proudly presents a live performance by the Squid Sisters. The Squid Sisters are a new hit group comprised of Callie and Marie. They're the hottest stars in the Inkling world. And I'm back. Science never sleeps, and neither can I. Right now, you're looking at the second floor of Inkopolis Tower. It's the Battle Dojo. Here, Inklings can compete in local multiplayer skirmishes, play against friends casually, and practice to perfect one's skills for online battles. The goal? Elementary. To deflate the most balloons and egos. 1 point is awarded per pop balloon. But taking damage will subtract some points. Points earned during the last minute are doubled. That way, underdog stories are abundant, as are total stompings. In this mode, one player uses the gamepad, while another plays on the TV screen using a different input device, like the Wii U Pro controller. After earning their tentacles in Battle Dojo, a confident squid may want to swim onto the World Wide Web to battle against opponents from all over the place. Look no further than Inkopolis Tower to enter such an online battle. There are two types of online battles, regular battle and ranked battle. Regular battle refers to the turf wars, which I detailed in research record number 5. In this mode, the winning team is decided based on the amount of area covered in their ink. After each match, players are shuffled between the two teams like the motion of particles, randomly, in other words. In this mode, Inklings can easily join friends who are already playing online. As always, teams are chosen at random, so they may end up as bitter rivals. In online battles, wise squid will notice that certain weapons offer key advantages in certain stages, so weapon choice is an important strategic decision. To best apply these strategies to the battle at hand, Inklings always choose from 2 stages. These stages change out every 4 hours, giving eager Inklings a reason to fight throughout the day. In fact, a newscast will announce which 2 stages are available for play when they change out, allowing clever squid to pick the right weapon set for their current situation. The other online mode is called Ranked Battle. There's more than one way to play this mode, including splat zones, where squid brothers and sisters fight for control over a specific portion of the stage. Whichever team holds on to this area longest wins the match. Because both teams are drawn like magnets to this one area, these battles are incredibly fierce by nature. In ranked battle, players are rated based on skill, and skill alone. Ranks go up and down based on wins and losses, with ranks ranging from C- to A+ across 9 levels. That way, players of similar ranks can face off against each other. All right, here's where we separate the Inklings from the Squid Babies. You see, to participate in ranked battle, one must reach level 10 or greater. But that's not all. One other condition must be met to play ranked battle, a global condition. All across the world, the more players that reach level 10, the closer we'll get to reaching an exciting new event. At that point, ranked battle will be unlocked for the world to enjoy. The Squid Research Lab will provide status updates on this worldwide event on Nintendo's social media channels, including its official Tumblr account, splatoonus.tumblr.com, and on the official website, splatoon.nintendo.com. I'm sure that together, we fellow Squid fanatics will reach this goal in no time flat. And in the meantime, you can enjoy honing your skills, unlocking gear, ranking up, and fending off the Octarian threat. Now, for what is quite possibly the most startling revelation of all. Soon, Inklings the world over will have tons of exciting events to look forward to. It all starts after the launch of Splatoon, with various elements being powered up with free content. You won't know what to expect, but you will know to stay tuned for what's happening and what's coming. Sometimes new stages will be added to the mix. The initial selection has plenty to wrap your tentacles around. But soon after launch, some far more technical stages will be added. New weapons will be introduced as well, including this one, the Ink Brush. This roller-type weapon looks like a paintbrush, but the only art it specializes in is Turf War. Eventually, new gear will be added as well, including clothes and shoes. These events will also usher in new rule sets for ranked battle. The next to arrive is called Tower Control, and by science is it interesting. Stand on the tower in the center of the stage, and it will start moving on a rail toward enemy territory. The team who pushes through the tower and to the goal first wins. Sadly, the poor Inkling on the tower will be a constant target for the opponent team. Such is fate. The squid on the tower must be punished for his actions, and his allies must protect him. Natural selection at its finest. Ranked Battle will also receive a third rule set called Rainmaker. So far, my research is inconclusive, but they must have called it that for some reason. Making it rain, baby! Making it rain! Oh, yeah. Moving along, August is when the competition really heats up with a major event. This new event will add in 2 additional matchmaking options as more and more players master the strategies, weapons, and stages of turf war and ranked battle. The first allows 4 friends to team up and search online for another team to battle against. And the second option will gather 8 friends together to wage custom online battles, enabling players to choose any stage and any rule set they want. This will be perfect for settling old scores or starting up new rivalries with seasoned squid buddies. Sounds tasty. As you can see, there are tons of exciting events coming post-launch. It's my understanding that the fun doesn't end here. At the corner of this plaza, we've discovered a classic arcade machine. Let's take a look. Eureka! This 8-bit style, oh, the nostalgia. This game within a game is called Squid Jump. It's a simplistic mini-game where all you have to do is jump your way to the top, but it can be quite exciting to go for a high score. It's a fun diversion for any squid waiting to be matched for an online battle. Speaking of fun, here's another way to play. That's right, Amiibo! There's an Inkling girl, an Inkling boy, and an Inkling Squid Amiibo too. Each one offers 20 different missions. The Inkling Girl offers charger challenges, where you take on stages in Octo Valley with only a charger. The Inkling Boy provides roller challenges. And the Squid Amiibo delivers a formidable mix, both Kraken challenges and limited ink challenges. Sounds challenging. Upon clearing missions, you will acquire special gear. And if you complete all of the missions, you can unlock an additional minigame. These mini-games can be swapped and played at any time, or while you're waiting to be matched. Oh, I almost forgot to divulge the most scientifically relevant portion of my reports. Splatfest. Remember the Squid Sisters? It seems they're not just pop stars. They're also the host of a news program that announces events that add in new maps and break battle-related news, including Splatfests. Splatfests are very special events that happen in Inkopolis, where players all across the Americas will be divided into two teams. Players ally themselves with one of these two teams and battle it out. When the ink settles, the winning side will be determined based on the results. Splatfests have their own ranking system, separate from ranked battle, based on the player's total points earned during Splatfest. Your final ranking at the end of the Splatfest may earn you that special item we mentioned earlier, the Super Sea Snail. For this, you can ask Spike to enhance your gear. The first Splatfest will take place from Saturday, June 20th at 6 a.m. through Sunday, June 21st at 6 a.m. Pacific Time. The theme is, which do you like better, cats or dogs? Squid is not an acceptable response, sadly. The real question is, are you Team Cat or Team Dog? If you belong to the winning side, you'll be rewarded with a Super Sea Snail. Remember, Splatfest happens on an irregular basis, so stay tuned. Well, it seems we're reaching the point where the human mind simply cannot handle any more squid-related info. However, I expect you all would like to know how you can conduct your own research. So I have one more major announcement. Thank you. Thank you very much. The Splatoon Global Test Fire is happening. Nintendo is holding a special event, a global celebration for science that will give players a taste of the action before Splatoon releases. After this announcement, we'll release a free demo version of this Splatoon Global Test Fire on Wii U. This software will allow you to test fire Splatoon globally at these specific dates and times. Speaking of, during this event, Nintendo will be hosting a live stream where staff from the Treehouse will play the game. But they're not the only ones playing. Researchers from our lab will join the battle wearing a lab coat costume. So if you see one of us in your match, it might be me. So take it easy. Apparently, players who pre-order or purchase Splatoon at GameStop will receive a code for 2 Splatoon DLC costumes for use in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. This offer is available for a limited time. So don't miss your chance. And stay tuned for more info. I'm making a mental note now. It seems my research concludes here, Squid fans. It's my dearest wish that you are now as dedicated to Squid education, appreciation, and combat as I am. See you at the Test Fire event. Good day to you all.
Peggy 7.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for attending this special presentation. I'm Professor Seth Elopod from the Squid Research Lab. Today I will present our findings from over 6 months of research into the ecology of this squid creature. I'll also tell you how you can get involved with your own research at the end of the presentation. This colourful ink looks unremarkable, but in fact it's home to a most extraordinary life form, capable of truly astonishing feats. While perfectly at home swimming in ink, these creatures can also survive on land. It might sound impossible, but when you see it for yourself, everything will become clear. Clearly, this isn't any ordinary squid. Our research has determined that these creatures can change into humanoid form. As squid, they can dive into it. While in human form, they can use weapons. They really are the most fascinating creatures. In most circles, these creatures are known as inklings, but our researchers just call them squid. Of course, there are males and females. Inkling boys and inkling girls, if you will. Our founder, Phil Aunder, witnessed them changing their skin tone and eye color at will, like this. However, our intern Shelley says that the part that looks like hair changes color each time they go into battle. The ability to change between humanoid and squid form starts when they reach a mature stage, usually around the age of 14. They can't run that fast on two legs, but just watch them go when they swim through ink in squid form. This footage, part of a peer-reviewed study, proves that they're around twice as fast while swimming. Jumping height is the same for both humanoid and squid forms. But by building momentum before leaping, there's a big difference in distance. Well, as you can see. Another discovery we made is that squid can climb up walls that are covered in ink. There are some obstacles they can't climb past, however. As you'd expect, they can only shoot ink when in human form. Aiming is perfectly simple but highly evolved. By moving the Wii U gamepad, the on-screen reticule moves in the same direction instantly, so you can aim and shoot quickly and accurately. Quick as a splash, you might say. Spray ink in human form, then swim through it as a squid. This is really the key finding of our research into inklings' movements. Squid are extremely territorial creatures and often flaunt their turf, as this footage shows. This footage came from one of our field research teams, led by Dr. Barry Cuda. What you're seeing is a turf war. 8 squid, split into 2 teams of 4, compete to claim the most area within a 3-minute period. They use many different tactics and weapons to claim their turf by covering it in ink. When the match is over, this cat judges which team covered the most ground. While standing on your team's ink, you can run or transform into a squid to swim freely. But if you come into contact with enemy ink, you'll have real trouble moving. Also, you can take out enemies by shooting ink at them. You won't win any points this way, but as they burst into a shower of your ink, you can increase your turf a little. If you're taken out, you rise from the splashes, back at your team's base, ready to rejoin the action. That super jump is another unique behavior exhibited by these squid. When you tap a teammate's icon on the gamepad, you'll jump to their location. This is perfect for joining teammates on the front line or supporting any brave inklings who find themselves overwhelmed. On the other hand, some squid achieve great results with less aggressive behavior, such as staying hidden from others and concentrating solely on covering ground in their ink. In this game, it's mind over splatter, that's for sure. After each battle, you're awarded points based on how much turf you covered. These points are converted to cash and also count towards increasing your level, which reflects your ability, in a manner of speaking. Let's move on to look at the 5 key turf war locations available from the start. This is Urchin Underpass. It's made up of several connected areas divided by concrete walls. Remembering the path between areas is vital. The path leading to the central plaza is a real hotspot where ink's sure to fly. Now we're looking at Salt Spray Rig. It's known for its mixture of high and low points, and teams often compete for control of the high ground. Neglecting the low ground has its dangers too, as your opponents could sneak in and claim it, turning the tide of battle. Next, Blackbelly Skate Park. This arena's large open areas play host to truly fiery battles. Clinching the platform at the centre seems key to holding the high ground, but it's not going to be easy. Walleye Warehouse. Use obstacles to your advantage to stay hidden from opponents, then get close and let them have it. And finally, for now, Arowana Mall. Opponents attack from all angles, so good luck trying to expand your turf. Perhaps you've noticed the many different clothing styles, another fascinating area of squid life. One key finding we cannot stress enough is that although they seem unremarkable on the surface, squid are extremely fashion conscious. They style themselves with headgear, clothes and shoes, which we gather under the term gear. The key to their fashionability, is that a word? Lies in their natural habitat. This is the centre of all that is vibrant and exciting in this world, Inkopolis. Young squid come here every day to discover the latest trends in gear and weapons. In this truly varied ecosystem, each shop is run by a different marine creature. The shopping area is known as Booyah Base, and it's right next to Inkopolis Tower. The clothing shop Jelly Fresh is run by Jalonzo, rather unique in his speech. He is nevertheless very popular with the young squid, or so our coolest intern Ray tells us. His idea of expressing his personal style is wearing a different t-shirt every day. Oh, Jalonzo, that is, not Ray. He's worn the same Splash Mob t-shirt for months. This is Krusty Sean of the shoe shop, Shrimp Kicks. He loves shoes so much, he wears 4 different pairs at the same time. Annie is in charge of the headgear shop, Cooler Heads. She's shy, but has plenty of fans. Strangely, a clownfish named Mo lives in her hair. Many a young squid has been stung by his sharp tongue. Finally, Sheldon from Ammo Knights. He's a real weapons nut and knows everything there is to know about arming yourself to the squiddy teeth. A warning, however. Our intern, Marina, tells us that the shopkeepers turn away uncool customers. Increasing your level seems to be the way to convince them you're cool. Only then will they offer you better weapons and gear. There are 3 main weapon types. The shooter type with rapid-fire ink, the long-distance charger, and the roller for squashing opponents and spreading ink. I will now introduce you to some of the signature weapons of each type. First, the splatter shot, which is a popular choice for new players. You can quickly fire ink by holding down the trigger, so covering a lot of nearby ground is easy. And it's useful in a showdown too, as long as you line up your shot before firing. Another weapon in this category is the Aerospray MG. It only has a short range, but if you can get close enough, you can take down an opponent in the blink of an eye. As the Jet Squelcher has the longest range in its class, taking out distant enemies is like shooting fish in a barrel. Now, the blaster. This one's special because its shots actually burst in mid-air. You can take down foes by catching them in the blast or by splatting them directly. Moving on to the Splat Charger now. As you might expect, you charge up an ink shot, then let it all out at once in a powerful blast. Weapons like this are perfect for creating ink paths along the ground and up walls, or sticking it to fire off enemies who wander into your crosshairs. Another charger weapon is the E-Liter 3K. It has a long charge time, but a long range too, so it's actually rather well balanced. The splatter scope is equipped with a scope. This weapon's so accurate, it'll shoot the barnacles off a boat at 500 yards. And the Splat Roller. It's great for charging forward and covering the ground as you go, and you can even squish any opponents in your way. When you shake the roller, ink flies off it. so you can even attack foes who are standing back a little. Here's the Dynamo Roller. It's heavy, which means it's slow to move, but it spreads so much ink when you shake it that it can deflect incoming fire. These are all main weapons, but there are sub-weapons and special weapons too. You equip weapons in sets of one main, one sub, and one special weapon, so it's vital to select the weapon set that suits your play style and the map at hand. Sub-weapons consume a lot of ink with each shot, but each one uses a different amount. When your ink tank lights up, your sub-weapon is ready to go. Support your teammates and trick your opponents with these crafty sub-weapons. The suction bomb, a tricky fellow that latches onto walls and surfaces, then detonates. Now the burst bomb, which explodes on impact. It's less powerful than the rest, but these bombs can be thrown repeatedly without consuming too much ink. The point sensor lets your teammates know about any foes in the vicinity. Perfect for spotting any foolhardy opponents who rush into your turf. This weapon is a devious sort, the ink mine. It's invisible when placed in your team's ink and detonates when a foe approaches. Set one of these squid beacons and a teammate can super jump over to it right away. The disruptor is filled with venomous fluid, which hinders enemy abilities for a short time. Moving on, special weapons certainly live up to their name. Cover ground with ink as normal, and when the gauge is full, it's special weapon time. Many special weapons are very powerful, so you can really cover large sections of ground and take out groups of enemies. The Ink Strike is a powerful weapon with unparalleled range. Tap a location on the gamepad to launch a missile there and watch it explode in a devastating ink tornado. Pinpoint every enemy's location with the Echo Locator. Your teammates will be able to see your opponent's positions too, so there'll be no escape. The bubbler creates a protective barrier for a short time. Nearby teammates can also pop in to share the effect. The Kraken strikes fear into every foe. Transform into an invincible squid with a powerful spin attack. Main, sub, special. Every squid enters a turf war armed with a weapon set of those 3 weapon types. Mastering them all is key to success. Outside Booyah Base, players find themselves in the plaza. Many squid gather here. They are actually other players arriving from Miiverse, or ones you have encountered in online matches. This world has its own unique fashion, and Inklings love to express their personality through the brands they wear. We recommend you study other players' gear to help you learn their strategies. If you see something you like, you can order it for yourself. Careful examination reveals the presence of an icon on this gear. This indicates a gear ability, which powers you up when worn. There are many gear abilities to discover. For instance, by equipping gear that increases ink efficiency, then firing your main weapon, well, as you can see, it consumes a lot less ink than usual. Other gear abilities might increase your attack, defense, or speed, or even give you unique abilities like Ninja, Squid, and Stealth Jump. The number of abilities gear offers will differ, of course. Put simply, the rarer the gear, the higher the gear ability. An Inkling can have up to 4 gear abilities at once. However, except the first one, the abilities you will get are randomly selected. The more often you wear the gear, the more abilities will be added to it. By leveling up your gear in this way, you can maximize its strengths or soften any weaknesses. Developing gear like this is a great way to come up with new strategies. By the way, about this mysterious figure in the alley. His name is Spike, and he can increase the number of ability slots on your gear. But in order to do so, you'll need a super sea snail. So it's not as easy as it may seem. But just imagine the possibilities. You could maximize the abilities of all your favorite gear, negating the need to compromise on style or performance. It's a utopian fashion society. Did you see that strange-looking old guy poking his head out from a manhole? Observe what happens when a squid follows him. Beneath the concrete spaces of Inkopolis, a magnificent otherworld is just waiting to be discovered. This colourful character is Captain Cuttlefish, a big name here in Octo Valley. Inklings seem to obey his orders to fight against the octopus forces. Suckers! In a nutshell, the octopi have stolen the squid's precious zapfish, and Captain Cuttlefish orders its retrieval. Down here, there's no shortage of odd sights. Take this kettle, for example. It seems to be connected to the octopus base. I should say that the octopus forces are officially classed as octarians, but we'll just refer to them as octopi. They're very varied and dangerous, and certainly not to be underestimated. As in all of nature, there are many obstacles to be overcome. Use all your skill to recover the zapfish and emerge victorious. You can see how dangerous it gets. Shooting in human form. Swim as squids. Heed Captain Cuttlefish's advice and you'll be fine. Each stage is host to a wide variety of life. Some enemies have to be outsmarted. Some move just like squid. Some use powerful attacks. And boss-like giant weapons defend vital areas. Occasionally, useful items can be found in stages. For instance, this armor increases your resistance to octopus attacks. There are other helpful items too, like the bubbler and Inkzuka. These strange-looking items are power eggs, and they're scattered all over. You can use them to power up your hero suit, so gathering as many power eggs as possible is vital to survival. By far the most fascinating item, from the research laboratory's perspective, is the sunken scroll. There seems to be one hidden in each stage, and we believe they hold the secret to unlocking this world's mysteries. If only we could get our hands on them all. Let's take a short break now. My youngest son Perry insisted I show this video of the pop stars, Callie and Mari, who are huge in the Inkling world. I'll be back soon. Gil, roll film. Okay, thanks everyone. Let's resume now. There are several modes still to explain. The second floor of this building is home to the Battle Dojo. In this local multiplayer mode, you and a friend can play without pressure. It's ideal for practicing before online matches. The rules of engagement are simple. Compete to pop the most balloons, which are each worth 1 point. But if your opponent splats you, you lose points. Each match lasts 5 minutes, and any balloons popped in the last 60 seconds are worth double. We've observed many exciting turnarounds in these closing moments. One player uses the Wii U gamepad and the other uses a different controller, like the Wii U Pro controller, to play on the TV. Once you've played in Battle Dojo and you're feeling a bit more confident about your skills, it's time to head online and battle against the world. This building in the city centre is Inkopolis Tower, and it's the entrance to online battles. There are 2 types to choose from: regular battle and ranked battle. Regular battle refers to the turf wars I explained earlier. The team that inks the most turf wins. In online battles, the players on each team are shuffled after each match, so a strong ally could become a dangerous opponent in the next game. In this mode, you can easily join your friends who are already playing online. Teams are shuffled when you're playing with friends as well. Okay, this part's important. You must prepare to tailor your weapon strategy for each stage. To provide further strategic depth, every 4 hours a newscast announces which 2 stages are available to play at a given time. 4 hours later, you'll have 2 different stages to play on, and whole new strategies to devise. The other mode is Ranked Battle, which offers several rule sets. One is Splat Zones, where both teams fight to capture a specific area of the stage. The team that holds ground longer will be crowned the winner. Because both teams are battling it out over this territory, it becomes an extremely heated battleground. As you'd expect, in Ranked Battle, you receive a ranking based on your skills. Wins and losses will affect your rank. There are 9, from the lowest, C-, to the peak, A+. You'll be matched with players of similar ranks, so you'll find your level of competition easily. As Ranked Battle is sure to be home to fierce competition, you must be at least level 10 to access it. Of course, it wouldn't be so exciting without lots of players, so this mode will become available shortly after launch, when enough players have reached level 10. I have one more important finding to present as well. After launch, several free updates will expand the game even further. First, stages. The arenas included on day 1 will give you plenty to wrap your tentacles around. But later, there'll be new stages that will require more skill. New stages will be available every few weeks. New weapons will arrive too. For instance, this is the ink brush. As you can see, it's a roller-type weapon that looks like a brush. It'll be available shortly after launch. And of course, as Squid Fashion continues to develop, new gear will also be available. There's a new ranked battle mode coming, called Tower Control. When you stand on the tower in the stage center, it starts moving on a rail towards enemy territory. The team that pushes the tower furthest towards the goal is the winner. Think of it almost like a reverse tug of war. Of course, the inkling on the top of the tower will be a lightning rod for enemy attacks, so it's up to the whole team to rally round and protect them. It's sure to be a heated battle. A third type of ranked battle is also in the works. It's called Rainmaker. But even our most dedicated researchers, John Dory and Cal Amari, don't have any clear details at the moment. Please await further information. There will also be a major update to the title in August. First, the game's online features will get an upgrade. As more players master the strategies, weapons and stages in online matches, this event will add in 2 extra matchmaking options. You and 3 online friends will be able to form a team, then search for another team to battle against. You'll also be able to create an 8-player match with just your friends, then choose a stage and rule set freely. As you can imagine, this will be perfect for settling old scores or starting up new rivalries. Coral, the intern we assigned to gather data about updates, says there will be more too. She is certainly rather giddy at the prospect. We've actually uncovered a few more entertaining elements of this world. In this corner of the plaza, there's a vintage arcade machine. Upon closer inspection, well, this certainly brings back memories of my university days. This little game is Squid Jump. The rules are simple. Keep jumping and head to the top. It's very exciting when you play against the clock. You can also play Squid Jump while you're waiting to be matched with other players online. It certainly passes the time. You probably already know about these. They are Amiibo. There will be 3 Amiibo available at launch. Inkling Girl, Inkling Boy, and Inkling Squid. Each one offers a staggering 20 missions called Amiibo Challenges. Our latest study shows that Inkling Girl missions will focus on charger weapons. Inkling Boy challenges only use roller weapons. And the Squid missions combine the Kraken weapon and a limited supply of ink. These limited ink challenges are sure to be really tough, so there's no time for squidding around. When you clear a mission, you'll get special gear. Even better, if you clear all the challenges, you can unlock an additional minigame. You can play them at the arcade machine in the plaza, or while you're looking for a match. You're now watching a fascinating Squid custom we've observed, Splatfests. The pop stars who performed earlier, Callie and Mari, host the news show that carries all the latest information about online battles, updates, and other Splatoon news. They're also the faces of Splatfests. Splatfests are special events where players all over Europe are divided into 2 teams. Each Splatfest has a theme, like dogs versus cats, and by voting for your choice, you'll join that team. Then, once all the battles are over, we'll be able to see which side is victorious. Splatfests have their own ranking system, separate from ranked battle. Your rank increases based on the total points you earn during Splatfest. Based on your overall rank, when the Splatfest ends, you might get a special item called a Super Sea Snail. With this, you can ask Spike to increase your gear's rarity. The first Splatfest will start on June the 27th, and the question is, which music do you prefer? Rock or pop? Which will you support? Pop music's catchy tunas or the thumping bass of rock? Every player on the winning side will earn a Super Sea Snail, so you can start thinking about which team you'll choose. There's plenty of time to mull it over. That just about sums up our findings here at the Squid Research Lab. I hope you learned a lot about the ecology of squid and octopi, but there's a lot more to discover in Splatoon. I expect you all would like to know how you can conduct your own research, as I mentioned at the beginning. Well, it's simple. By trying the Splatoon Global Test Fire demo. Shortly after this presentation concludes, you'll be able to download this special demo from Nintendo eShop. Then, at these specific times, you can play online multiplayer matches before the full game is released. It's really quite extraordinary. Our research assistant told us that this demo is key to a special offer too. Players who download the demo can claim 10% off the price of Splatoon if they purchase in Nintendo eShop before June the 4th. This seems like an excellent opportunity for players thinking of taking the plunge. You can learn more about Splatoon and download the same stylish wallpapers we use here at the lab at the brand new Splatoon website. We're also looking forward to these new Nintendo 3DS Splatoon cover plates, coming soon. And finally, anyone who would like to look more like an Inkling themselves will be able to do just that. New Mii Fighter costumes based on the Inklings are coming to Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. More details will arrive in the near future. On behalf of everyone at the Squid Research Lab, thank you for watching, and we look forward to playing against you in Splatoon from May the 29th.